Hello, today we're going to clean one of the carbs out on the Virago 535. She's spitting back, so it may be dirt in the carb, or it may have been the exhaust, which we've had welded up. But so let's get the carbs apart and have a look. So this one's got Allen keys in it. So we'll take these 4 Allen keys out, Allen screws. We have been in here, but not cleaned it, because as you can see, one of them's bigger. Because when we purchased the bike, I noticed the bolts were uneven, and when we went to take it off, it was butchered thread, so I had to tap it out to 5mm, 6mm. It is 5mm. I tapped it out to 6. But quite easy to do these carbs. At least we can clean them out without having to take the carburetors off the bike, which is nice. You can see I drilled that out 6mm right on cusp. We were lucky to get away with it. You can see the difference in size. So, but at least it's sealed, because that was holding nothing. That thread was absolutely gone, stripped. We were very lucky. So put them down there. So you need a flat bladed screwdriver to take this jet out, and somebody's been in there. You can see it's quite butchered. I'm gonna have to get a wider screwdriver. Right, I've got a bit thicker screwdriver. The end of it's thicker, but somebody has been in there. Oh dear, I don't know if it's gonna come out. Ah, no. So I've managed to loosen it off with a pair of grips, as you can see, but I also filed a groove in it so I can get this piece of metal in there, and so we can screw it out like that. And I'm going to screw it back in, but because of it damaged, we are going to order a kit, a carb kit, but I am going to put it back together and see if it runs up okay. But we are going to, as you can see, I filed it because it really mangled. Somebody's gone in, and I've just noticed this little baby has been ground down and is also loose. That's the slide guide for the needle, the other side. So I'll take it out and loosen. There's a little bit of muck in there, if you can see that. We're going to go the other side now, and we're going to take the diaphragm off and the slide. Right, but you're going to take the air box off, the air intake box, just because one of the screws on top of the diaphragm is in the way. I want to take it off anyway, because we're going to have a look at the air filter in a minute. It's just the 2 Allen bolts, 5mm. She's still on there. Out of the, just coming out. It's going to be a bit of a pain to get a bit of a pain, because it's got to go into that groove. Look, but probably do it with, I'll do this, the carb, take the tank off, and then put it back together as we go. So that goes there. So I'm just going to take these screws out. This is the one that I couldn't get at. I just loosened it just before. So bearing in mind there's a spring out here, so sort of hold your hands on there, because you don't want everything going ping. You don't want to lose anything. There you go. Here's the diaphragm, and you've also got this little O-ring here, this rubber stop, so be careful, make sure that's in there, and then just pop it out. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and stretch it up a light to see if there's any little holes in it. I don't think so, because when it was running, it wasn't running lumpy, and it was just spitting back. But I'm going to check. What I'll do is I'll hold it up to the light and see if any light coming through when I put it under a little bit of tension. All I'm doing is giving a little bit of tension to it, and just see if I can see any light coming through. It's a nice sunny day, so you should be able to see daylight. If not, you can do it with a torch. But but I don't think the cameraman can really see because it is quite bright out here today. But that seems to be okay. They're quite pricey, so obviously you don't want to stretch it too hard because you'll take it out of shape, and then you will be buying a new one. Right, let's get back in. Little jet here. Somebody's been in there, scratched or anything. So, I'm not expecting this to be blocked because it's quite a big hole in these. There you go. Now look at the size of the hole. It's massive. I don't know if you can see that. See, you can see the big hole there, can't you? You know, it's a big hole, so that's not blocked. But it's all worth taking out. So what we're going to do, get some carb cleaner. We're going to go around the other side and squirt it up through the jets and stuff, just to make sure it's clear. So we're around the other side again. We're going to put some carb cleaner where I've took the jet out from. And just be careful here because that slide that I showed you earlier, where the needle comes through, is loose, and that could drop through into the inlet manifold, and then you will be stuck. There's not many holes that I can find to clean here. Just put some more up there. I'm looking for it to come up. There's one there. As you can see, I've just pulled the float up, and that's fine because you can see it's coming out the top one here. Can you see that, cameraman? Yeah, that's all clear. I'm just going to go around the other side and blow some through that air jet that I took out. So we're just going to put that over there and fire some through there. Make sure that's all clear. I can all see it going through there. So just give it a wash. That's great. Just make sure that seat is pushed back in and not coming out. Could you? Let's have a look inside that. I'm gonna get a light myself. Yeah, all looks good and clear. You have got a diaphragm here, by the looks of it, but we're not going to take that off because we don't want to take the carbs off. So that's going to have to do for now. We're going to, the proof of the pudding will be in when we run her up. Right, put it back together. As I said, I am going to use that old jet, but we are going to get new ones, but they're not going to come today. So we can start putting it back together now. Right, we're going to put my butchered jet back in with my screwdriver stroke spanner, whatever you want to call it. It files really easily because it's only a piece of brass, but you know, make sure you clean it well. You don't want any bits of brass. Okay, so I've done that as tight as I can. That will do. Now I'm going to go around the other side. No, I'm going to actually put this screw in this end because that slide will go out. It goes out that way, and there's a washer on it. So if we can tag it, we'll be doing well. No, I think I've pushed it round. Let me see if I can put my hand all the way round into the back of the carburetor. No, I might have to get the cameraman to push it. If you could push that bit of brass to me, Alan. Please, cameraman. Yeah, I've got it. Okay, so that's that. So I'm just gonna tighten that up. I'll say that was loose. There you go. Right, now I'm going to dry the other side of the carb off. I'm just going to put this one in, a bit fiddly. It's nice not having to take the carbs off, but it's a bit tricky because if you drop anything down inside the carburetor, it's going to go inside the manifold. Glasses are not working for some unknown reason. Right, that's tight. Don't do over tighten it because you won't be able to get it out, and you have to butcher it out like somebody butchered it out before. I'll just clean this bit of carb clean off. It soon dissipates. This is the hardest bit. You've got to get that needle into that hole down there, and it doesn't always want to go. So it moves a little bit, so I tend to do it so it's upwards, and you might get lucky. Slide in there. Just see. Don't look at that. That was very, very lucky. But don't force it. And you've got to line this up with a little dent over there. See it? And then that goes into the groove. Now, right, what I'm going to do, because that's just popping out, and I don't want it to pop out, because it's pinched between the cover and the carb casing. I'm going to put a little bit of rubber grease in the groove here, in half a dozen places, just to hold it, and then it'll be stuck into place. So I'm going to go and get the grease. Right, so I've got some of this rubber grease. You don't need a lot. It's really sticky. It's horrible stuff, really, but it's good stuff. You know, and I just make sure there's none inside the carb. Just a little bit here and there. Oh, I've got a little bit on the diaphragm. I'll just wipe that off in a second. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. I think I should have put the grease in regardless. So you'll have to wipe that off now. Obviously don't want to wipe it with petrol or anything, carb cleaner. But that'd be fine, that'd be fine. Right, now get that little tag lined up. Just swivel it round so it's in the right place, and then just push that in there like that. I don't like those wires just coming down, aren't they? Right, that's fine. Look at that. Now the spring. And you've got those locating bits for the spring. Don't forget, you got that O-ring there, so the casing goes like that down. So I'm going to get a screwdriver, make sure that's located on there. I'm just going to push that on there like that. So pinch that up just so it holds the spring in place. And hopefully this carburetor is clean enough. There was a little bit of rubbish in that. Just pinch them up quite tight. There was a little bit of rubbish in there, the other side. Hopefully that will be it, but sometimes you take them apart, carburetors, and you think there's nothing in there. You've sort of washed them out, cleaned them out, put them back together, and it runs great. So we'll go around and put the bowl on now. So I'm going to put the bowl on now. I'll give it a quick swill out with carb cleaner. And that goes on there. So 4mm Allen keys, because we put Allen bolts in it. Except for the big one where I had to cut the thread, which is a 5mm Allen key with 6mm thread. Oh, it won't go very well, do it? I'm going to get these big mitts in there today. Let's get the other pedal in. Let's take this one out again. Bits of the eagle-eyed of you can probably see the little bits of swarf down there. That's just from where we had to butcher the jet out. So right, that's that one done. And all we've got to do is the other side. That's exactly the same, so we won't bother to show you that. We're going to have a look at the air filter now. Thanks for watching.